Welcome back to the next episode of Decoding Dating. Evelyn, I have a discussion for you. So, as some of our listeners know, as they're watching my Instagram story, I got a serious sprain on my ankle. I was playing volleyball and I was up at the net and I was jumping to go guard, and the volleyball missed and I fell and my ankle went to the side and I could not walk on it. And I could not weight bear on it. I said, oh shit, I have to go to the hospital. And it was in that moment, I was thinking to myself, oh God, I'm such a strong, independent man. Oh God, I shouldn't be a strong, independent man. I need somebody to carry my crippled butt to the hospital right now. My name's Adam Melnick. I'm the Momentum Coach. I'm with my colleague, Evelyn, professional matchmaker, helping you find your true love. And today we're going to be talking all about how dependence and interdependence is a double-edged sword.
As much as it's good to be independent, it helps you build some skills, it gets you be able to take care of yourself. But I think it's also very important to have someone or two people so you can actually call and talk to when you're going through things in life. Like you just said, you had this injury and you had to take yourself by yourself to the hospital without even having to reach out to somebody, right? So sometimes I think it's just good to just reach out. And it doesn't have to be a romantic partner, right? It doesn't have to be. It could just be a great friend that you know that when I reach out to, she's going to be there. He's going to be there. And I know people always talk about, oh, you shouldn't have an opposite sex as a friend. Sometimes the best type of friendship is the opposite sex, and it could just be friendship, and you never know, right? But the point is, it's always good to at least depend on people. Sometimes it's always good to ask for help. Sometimes, right? It's always good to ask for help. Sometimes, right?
Well, I think that's always the biggest problem that some of my clients have, because a lot of them are CEOs, they're in leadership positions, and they've been taught they need to be independent. They're strong, independent men and women out there. However, you can't always be that strong, independent person. Like, you're going to need help from somebody sometime. And you're going to need somebody that's going to be in your court that's going to be able to help you out. And I think you said it marvelously. When it comes to the sexes, you should have male friends. You should have female friends. This idea that men can't be friends with women and women can't be friends with men is kind of a weird idea. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I could understand why people may disagree with it, because I think a lot of times guys are the one that really disagree with that the most. I think for most times, some ladies may not really mind, but I don't know, maybe it's both sides though, depending on how you handle it or the boundaries that is being set, right? Especially, I believe you can set boundaries, but I feel like the reason why a lot of guys say that is because they know that for most guys, and I could say from my experience too, like when most guys are your friends, it's always that hidden agenda. Like most of the times they may like you, right? Most of the time they may like you. Especially if you're someone that, you have this very lovely personality, right? Like, I would say for me, I think most of my friends, not, and some of them maybe not, right? But those the ones we grew so close together tend to me, and it could go the other way too. It could be that you could have a guy friend and you can like them, but I think it's not all cases. But because it happens a lot of time, doesn't mean that it happens all the time. And I think that's why a lot of people are very conscious about the opposite sex as friends. But the thing is, sometimes you need to have someone with a different perspective in your circle. Because if I go to my friend and I have a particular issue and I bring it to her, she's going to talk from a lady's perspective. Even if she's being very, even if she's just taking a neutral stand. But the point is, it's always good, especially when it comes to like relationship situation or matters. Like it's always good to get that balance perspective, right? Because I actually help you to learn from the male side and from the female side, and you can actually look at both sides and make your decisions, right? But then it's always good to have that equal balance perspective. So and I think that's why because sometimes you might bring a problem, your maybe a relationship problem to your to your girlfriend, and depending on how her mindset, depending on how she thinks, she may be a kind of lady where maybe she doesn't really like guys that much. She's gonna maybe more like give you that bias, you know, advice or perspective. And then, so you just have to be very critical with your thinking. You just have to really take it back, think about it, look at your partner. Does what she's saying aligns, or does she say, does it make sense? Or you could ask somebody else or your brothers. I like to always get that balanced perspective for me. You know, I think it's always good because a guy will see things differently than a lady will see it, especially when it comes to relationship. And sometimes when it comes to certain things, you know, it's like when you go to your dad and say, Dad, I have this issue. The way your dad may see it may be different from the way your mom will see it, right? So sometimes, you know, the balance is good.
Oh, absolutely. I often find women see the world through a female lens, just how it is, and men see the world through a male lens. But because they're seeing the world through different lenses, they see problems differently. And
Right.
oftentimes, if you only have one lens, so because I'm a man, I see the world through a male lens, I look at the problems through that male lens, and it creates errors in my judgment. And I go, oh, this obviously must be the problem. This is the obvious solution. And then when I try to implement it, it falls on my face. It's like, well, why? Because I wasn't seeing the problem for what it was, because I wasn't seeing it through a different lens. And just so having that different perspective is invaluable. But I can, and I think you said it best, is I can see why there's a lot of hesitation to having friends of the opposite gender, because there is that concern. It's like, okay, maybe they want to date me. Maybe they want something more from me. And it's rare. It almost feels rare these days to find somebody who doesn't want something from you. They're just like, hey, I'm just here to be your friend. I just I just want to get to know who you are. And it's a real shame, because I think having those different perspectives is important, especially in a relationship where your man is doing something that's baffling you. It's like, why is he doing this? And then you have other male friends that you can ask, like, hey, this is what my husband is doing. This is what my boyfriend is doing. What could be going on there? And they'll tell you. I think men are a little bit too blunt, but they'll be very brutally honest with you.
Yeah, I actually watched. You actually say right. Actually, I watched. I saw a clip on the Instagram or so. A lady shared that she was going through, a difficult situation, a relationship. This guy is not really attentive and all that. So she was crying in the video. Like she just showed a video, and then she said that same month, her best friend proposed to her. you know, the thing is this sometimes, right? What I know is sometimes, you know, the person that is actually meant for you is just right in front of you, right? But sometimes we go here, we go there, we come back, we go there, you know. And that was what happened in our own situation. And they've been married for like 3 years, and she's like, "This is the best ever, experience." And that's because they've actually built out very solid friendship. I was on a situation where, um, it happened something similar to that as well, where I can't even remember this particular. It actually just left my mind, but it's something similar to the fact that sometimes what you're looking for is just right in front of you, right? But then it doesn't still undermine the importance of actually having friends that are just because there are cases where it's not that way. There's there are situations where you just have this genuine friend, this person that really cares for you, someone that you can always count on. It's just like that. It could just be like that. And sometimes there are situations where you guys can build something, and you just keep asking us, why do we keep coming back to each other all the time? Why is your relationship never working? why is my, why do we, sometimes there's a reason for that, right? But yeah, and if it happens, it's gonna be organic. It's gonna be organic. It's gonna be simple. It's gonna be you both of you accepting each other. It's not gonna be forced. It's not gonna be anything. But the point is, regardless of that, that is not always the situation. Regardless of that, it's always good to have that balanced perspective. It's always good to have people that you can talk to. It could be your girlfriends, could be your guy friends. But I would say, don't limit yourself in terms of friendship. You never know, the best experience for you or the best friendship could be the opposite sex. It could be the same sex. You never know. But the point is, being over independent on yourself could actually be a problem. It could be an issue for you. It's always good to have someone to count on, someone to speak to, someone that because I feel like a lot of people go into relationship because of boredom, because of loneliness, not because they're actually ready for that relationship. And that is why it's good to have that good circle, so that you take your time and you guys walk through life together, and when it's
Well, I
time.
think there's a lot of truth to that. Many people, they look at their life and they say, I don't have anything going on. I go to the gym and then I work and then I sleep and I repeat. It's like, well, I want something more. And so
Yeah.
it's, hey, why don't I just fall in love? Why don't I just find somebody? And I know many couples that's kind of how their relationship started, was they were just bored. And far be it from me to tell you the foundation of a good relationship. However, I don't think dating somebody simply because you're bored is a good idea in general. Because what is the basis of that relationship? It's just boredom.
Hold on.
You don't even like them.
But you're still gonna get
You don't
bored.
even like them.
But then you're still gonna get bored anyway. And that's the thing, because people feel like I'm bored and I'm gonna find this. I want to get somebody to just keep my company, because most of the time it's just like that companionship that you're looking for. I just want someone to just, I see someone can just call me, check on me. I can spend time with someone on the phone for hours, and she can cook for me. I can cook for her. We can go out. I saw something on Valentine's Day where a girl, she has a male friend, and on Valentine's Day they're both single, and the guy knocked at her door and bought her flowers. They say, "You don't have a val? I don't have a val. Let me take you out." And they went out for Valentine, right? And that's it, right? So you don't have to be crying in the house, feeling lonely, feeling sad. Just reach out and say, "Hey, what are you doing? Let's go drink some coffee. Let's go have some tea. Let's go have some drinks. Let's go hang out here. There's something going on. Why not?" Right? And it's nothing. It's just lovely to have that. So, which is not it is not every time that you need a relationship, really. Maybe you're not ready, maybe you're going through some things, but it's always good to have someone to share it with. Doesn't have to be anything romantic. But if you happen to find someone out of boredom that you fall in love with and it's beautiful, that is even amazing, right? But it shouldn't be the basis, like you said, that shouldn't be the reason or the basis to why you are seeking out for a relationship. It should be because you want a relationship. It should be because you're ready for a relationship, and that's why you actually want that. And if you're not sure, maybe you just need friends. Maybe.
Well, I think that's what a lot of people are missing. They run into a relationship not because they're ready for a relationship, not because they really want a relationship, but they're lonely and they don't have any friends and they don't understand how to make friends. And they misidentify the signals going on in their own body of, I'm lonely, I'm looking for human connection, with I'm lonely and I need a romantic connection. And those are two separate discussions.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. And so find a good friend. Find a good friend, find a good circle. Um, and you never know. So why do you have to be home sometimes being bored? Why do you have to be bored sometimes? When you have friends, you say, "Hey, what are you doing?" That's it. It's as easy as that. But I think it's just the society that we live in right now. People are just very cautious, right? Um, People are being careful. People are, and that's why I always say, take the time to know each other. Take the time to know each other first. If you feel like to get comfortable, to reach out, to hang out, take the time first. And if you feel like this person is wanting to be my friend, this person is someone I can rely on, you know, yeah, go for it, right? But it's always good to be careful, to know them first, right? Even regardless, male, female, know the person first before you can even invite them to your house or space, you know, hang out, But I would say it is healthy to have a healthy circle. It is healthy to have people, someone that you can reach out to. It is helpful. It is very healthy. It gives you that balance. It gives you that balance in your life. And so basically, what we're saying to you guys today, it's good to be independent, but sometimes it's good to be dependent. But make sure you find the right people, the right circle, the right friend. And it doesn't have to be, it's not about, oh, girl, yeah, she has to be girl. It could be any opposite sex. But it's always good to have someone that you can call it when you're stranded, or when you're going through pain, when you're lonely sometimes, when you're bored. It won't hurt, it won't kill you. So have that person in your life, or that group of that circle in your life. It's good.
I love it. Well, if you guys are struggling with loneliness in your life, and whether it's looking to build that friendship or maybe that romantic relationship, please reach out to Evelyn or myself. Our information is down in the description below. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, like it, and share it with somebody who could also use this information. Any last words?
I want to say thank you guys for always hanging out with us. And like, Adam said, please feel free to share this to your friend. And if you're looking for an amazing coach, Adam is our person for you. And if you're looking to find your love or create that beautiful love story, I'm the person. The link and the detail is in the bio. And we can't wait to see you guys next time.
All right. Take care, guys.